Let's start with the first one, the Atlanta Falcons and the New Jersey Giants. Yeah, and I'm gonna piss people off with that. Jersey Giants. Um, Atlanta is Atlanta's unpredictable. You don't know what you're gonna get. They could be very good. They can be very bad. Then again, that also sounds like the Giants. They can be very good. They can be very bad. Both teams have lost games they should have won games they should have lost. You never, as I said before, you never know what you're gonna get from either team. The Falcons have the 10th overall rated offense, the 17th best rushing offense, and the 8th best passing offense, as opposed to this 12th overall rated defense, 6th against the run at 97 yards a game, and 20th against the pass at 236 yards. I do look for the Giants to exploit that pass defense of Atlanta. I see Eli can probably go for over 300 yards in this game, but I see him throwing a couple picks too. The quarterback Matt Ryan of the Falcons had a pretty good year. 4,100 yards passing, 4,100 yards plus, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That's a great ratio. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, which he'll need to limit his mistakes in this game for them to beat the Giants in MetLife Stadium. Their running back Michael Turner had over 1,300 yards rushing at a 4.5-yard average. That's not bad. I can see them trying to do ball control today against the Giants. The receivers, pretty good set. They have Roddy White, the veteran, well, not that old, but a young veteran, almost 1,300 yards receiving, 100 receptions, 13-yard average, 8 touchdowns. The rookie Julio Jones, who they traded the world for during the draft, as you may or may not remember, out of University of Alabama, 54 receptions, 959 yards for a 18-yard average, thereabouts, and he also had 8 touchdowns. And he missed a couple of games too, so his numbers could have been higher. Actually, he was on my fantasy football team, and whenever I started him, he didn't score. And when I did start him, when I didn't start him, he scored all 8 of his touchdowns. Go figure. The tight end of the old man, Tony Gonzalez. Guy's been around since, I don't know, since the days of Noah, probably. But he still managed to get 80 receptions, 875 yards for 11-yard average and 7 touchdowns. So somebody the Giants definitely have to pay attention to. As far as the G-men are concerned, the 9-7 record, won the NFC East, much to my chagrin being a Cowboy fan. But you know what? Oh well. The Giants are 8th overall in offense and 26th overall in defense. The rushing game is 32nd overall out of 32 NFL teams. They've been rushing a little bit better of late, but for the year they finished 32nd best rushing offense out of 32 teams. The rushing defense was 19th. They gave up an average of 121 yards rushing per game. I see in this particular game, Michael Turner of Atlanta having a pretty decent rushing game. As far as passing offense is concerned, Giants are 5th with 295 yards a game. And the passing defense was 29th. Gave up 255 yards per game in the air. Eli had a great year, 4,933 yards. That was impressive for him. A big drop in his interceptions from last year. And this year he only had 16 interceptions as opposed to 26 last year. 29 touchdown passes. The rushing game consists of Ahmad Bradshaw. I guess he's done with his parole problems. 600 plus yards rushing, 3.9 yards average, 9 rushing touchdowns, and he missed a couple of games too as well. Brandon Jacobs, not very impressive. 3.8 yards a carry, 7 touchdowns. If you get him at a full head of steam, he's hard to bring down. But if you get him before he gets going, he's not that tough to tackle. Now, the best part about the Giant offense, other than the QB, is the receivers, Victor Cruz and Hakeem Nicks. Between them, they had about 2,500 yards in receiving yards. Pretty good set for a set of starters. Victor Cruz had almost 19 yards reception. Nicks almost 14 yards of reception. Cruz had nine touchdowns, and Nicks had 7. Then has a big drop off after that. The tight end Jake Ballard is the next best receiving threat with 38 receptions, has 604 yards, 16 with average, which is pretty good for a tight end, and 4 touchdowns. I actually have the Giants winning this game in a close battle. I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to see Atlanta win it, but I don't think they will. So far we have Cincinnati winning in a close game, New Orleans winning 38-30, and I have the Giants winning 24-21, something like that.